Yo, 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 yo. What's up, you guys? Welcome back, man. Welcome back. I almost got my voice back. Almost there. Anyhow, this is my 4-year, 5-month anniversary today. Today is Sunday, January 11th, 2026. About an hour and a half ago, almost 2 hours ago, but I'll say an hour and a half ago, did my normal Sunday shampoo, you guys. Before we get started, let me take you around my kitchen and we'll take it from there. Sounds fair? All right. As you can see, the back of my hair is definitely getting long. I don't know if you can see all the little ripples and waves, but that's how you know people are really free-forming. Sort of like those ripples and waves, almost like rings on a tree trunk. A tree trunk. Not truck, tree trunk. Okay. So if you hear some barking in the back, excuse me. Disregard. That's my two rowdies, my naughty rowdies. Um, Doing their thing. Protecting the house as they're supposed to. So anyhow, welcome back, you guys. Quick update. Still getting long. Still getting longer. Um, Winter months have been pretty good so far. Got over the holidays. Talked to you guys about that last month on how to deal with people and their opinions. You will go through it on your journey. Today I'm gonna talk to you guys about employment. Employment. Now, when you're free-forming, one of the pros of free-forming is you're sort of letting your hair do what it needs to do. You don't really have to do too much to it other than wash it like I did at the beginning. I washed it twice a week, usually on a Wednesday and a Sunday. Every Sunday, then a Wednesday, Keep your hands out of your hair, you know. Cold rinses, wash it thoroughly though with warm water, get all the soap out, and then lock it in with the cold rinses. And keep it hydrated, eating healthy. All those things I went over with, right? One of the things, that's one of the pros. One of the cons is employment. We still live in a world where people do judge you. It is getting better. It is getting better. But this is where you have to make that difficult. To me, you have to make a difficult decision of there's three options. Don't go this route is one, right? Don't go this route. Don't go this route if A, you worry about what people are going to think. B, if you're worried about a job or things like that. C, if you're young and you're still worried about what your girlfriend's going to think, your parents are going to think, or you can't really make that decision for yourself right now. And that does happen, you guys. So let's not look down on people. Now, the second situation where you probably don't want to grow locks is employment opportunities. People still, like I said, do judge you based on your appearance. And that's what dreadlocks in general. Whether you have maintenance locks or you have Natty Dreadlocks, people still judge you. They judge you even by neither one of those. They judge you by braids. Not necessarily waves, but afros. They still even judge you by that. Natural hair versus straightened hair. So you do have to take this stuff into consideration when you're looking at employment or being employed. It's not for everybody. This is a journey. I happen to be on a different and the opposite of that spectrum. I'm self-employed. So I could pretty much do what I want. At the beginning, I did have to get over some of those previous relationships that I had with people. So I found myself trying to soften the landing, like, hey, I'm gonna go through some journey. Don't think I'm crazy. If you see my hair looking a little crazy, I was trying to soften and make it easy landing, and that's fine. You could do it or you don't. But it was really an internal thing, adjustment that I had to make with trying to. I think I'm preparing the world for me. I think I was preparing myself for the world, because the world does judge, and so do I. So maybe I was preparing myself for both. Now that I'm talking it out, you know what I mean. But it's different for me when you're self-employed, because I hire and I fire myself. Um, I happen to do contracting, and I happen to own my online music store, and I happen to assist teaching at a local university, um, and things like that. But the cool thing is, for the newer relationships, they meet me this way versus the relationships that I already had established. The ones that I had established, I was trying to do a soft landing. The ones that are meet me, they don't know any difference. So that's actually a little easier. Okay. But being on my side, self-employed, that's not what everybody's doing. So I do want you to consider the route you're gonna take. If this is really for you, if you're ready for it. And I'm gonna say that on my own personal experience, because my brother has been on his journey since I was 13 years old. I'm 50 years old now. So what's that? 37 years. Okay. He's been on his journey doing freeforms since I played him a video at home. And the video was De La Soul's Me, Myself, and Nine. He saw True Glory, rest in peace, Dave, Plug 2. And Plug 2 was starting his lock journey at that time. And my brother's like, oh, he knew he apparently he was thinking about it, but that's the person who pushed him over. Well, I wasn't, I wouldn't say outgoing, but I was definitely more worried with my appearance at a younger age than he was. Everything was B-boy fresh. Everything was this, that, and the other. And now it's been 4 years and 5 months. And even having my own business, it took a lot to get over that idea of what I have to look like for people to like me or to respect me or to think that I'm smart or to think that I could get this job, or to where if I was single, you guys are probably thinking like, well, will the girls like me? Will the men like me? And all those things. And that's regardless of sexual identification. Will these people like me? You do need to consider that. You need to consider all those things before you make this step. But once again, I had to consider it even being self-employed. But I think the biggest journey wasn't really more so you guys. It was what was I willing to do? How far was I willing to go to accept? It's a radical change. Radical change. For some people, a drastic change. For me, it was like independence, revolutionary. It's not televised, Rest in peace, Gil Scott Heron. But, it's something that I considered since I was 13, like my brother, but I didn't do it until I was 46 years old. 45 going on 46, I should say. And I was going through some things, struggling with some things, as far as physically going through some things, which sort of pushed me on a spiritual sense. So it was the spiritual awakening that said, you know what, man, forget it, man. You can't go to the gym. You can't do all these things. But what you can do is work on who you are as a person. And one of the things I did, I learned to let go of all that outside noise, as I was talking about last time, which brings me here to employment. I'm a contractor. I contract with people, but I'm self-employed. When you're a contractor, you subcontract with people and do all those things. I get to make all my choices. I can make my schedule up, all those things. I have all those liberties. But something about this identification, this identity that I held on, and this belief system that I held on to sort of made me not want to jump. Before you take that jump, ask yourself a lot of questions before you do so. I think the reason why a lot of people who go on this journey end up cutting their hair, they probably did it too soon. That's not going to be me. I have no plans to do that. But what I did was challenged on was and continue to be challenged on, but it's getting better as the days pass. Just for the day, I'm okay and comfortable with myself, and I accept myself, my whole self, my entire self, right? So when you're going to be employed, and if you're working in a corporate world or anything like that, if you already have a job, I think you'll be okay. Getting the next job, if you decide to switch jobs, that might be a challenge. But the cool thing is those people are only going to meet you the way you are. The world is changing. Some people are getting used to this stuff. I find more people like it than I expected them to. Then I also do run into those people who are challenged by it. They're some people's just disgust, or they have ideas of what locks are. They think that they're dirty. They think that they're stinky. They think they got poop in it, flies. I hear so many stories about, Bob Marley, y'all. I've heard people tell me stupid things like they found a cockroach in his hair when they cut it when he died. First of all, I didn't even have locks when he died. So you have all this misinformation. You know what I mean? His hair has been gone before he passed. I wouldn't say been, but he didn't have hair. So you have all these stories, what people say. So people do judge you. You know what I mean? It's just misinformation. For me, I take the time and not jump down their throats, but educate them. But when you're starting or you're quitting a job and you're transitioning over to it, some people may judge you, and you're going to have to prepare for that mentally if you decide to take the Natty Dreadlock route. My experience is not maintain locks. I don't know. But I have dreadlocks, Natty Dreadlocks. You really got to prepare for that. I do know we're all judged by our hair, though, regardless of complexion, race, or nationalities. We all get judged by hair. We all get judged by everything. Hell, I watch, what's that, Pop the Balloon? They pop the balloon for height. They pop the balloon because you light skin or you dark skin or you got short hair or long hair. Whatever, everybody has their things. I'm not going to say that they're being racist or even ignorant. People have preference. And unfortunately, we even hire and fire based on our preference. So that's what's out there. I don't want to keep delving into this, but I do want to say thank you guys for tuning in. For these past 4 years and 5 months. It's been a great journey with you guys. I hope that I'm feeding your soul. I hope that you guys are getting something out of it. And I hope that, most of all, that I'm encouraging and giving you guys some hope by sharing my experience, okay? Hopefully this answers your questions. Also, thank you guys for the encouragement that I've been getting in the comments and so forth. I truly appreciate you guys, I really do. Thank you for tuning in. Continue to like, share, subscribe, and most of all, comment below. My name is not. Actually, before I sign out, let me take you around my head one more time, okay? I don't know what I'm looking at as usual. I really don't. Let me switch hands. Ooh, I hope you guys are getting this. I really do. But yes, my name is not so anonymous. 2 Stokes. And I'm out.